Here is my latest confession. I am honestly just not that into Coca-Cola collectibles. Now, this is in part because I'm just not that into Coca-Cola, period, but also because there are so many Coca-Cola items that are designed in some kind of vintage style. That means that even newer items can have sort of an antique look to them, and honestly, for me, it can be hard to tell the difference between items that have a vintage look and items that are actually vintage. So, for me, this is a challenging category. However, I do love metal trays. Beer trays, Lawrence Welk trays, you name it. And I'll admit that this particular Coca-Cola tray is really grabbing my attention. It's a really lovely design, and I'm especially attracted to the color scheme. So let's take out the WorthPoint app, let's do a search in the price guide to see if we can learn a bit more about what this item might be worth. In this case, I'm going to use the words from this price tag in my search. I'll do a search for metal Coca-Cola Betty tray, since those words are in the description, and let's see what kinds of listings pop up. Now again, this is tricky. Some of these are labeled clearly as reproductions, like this tray, which resold in April 2024 for around $15, but others are not clearly labeled as reproductions. Here's a tray that looks very similar to the one at the thrift store, resold for around $64 in April 2024. Here's another one that resold for $24.99, and another one that resold for close to $55. Again, these are not labeled as reproductions. And another one that is explicitly labeled as a reproduction, you can see that this border design does look pretty different from our thrifted tray. This one resold for around $12 in March 2024. Over the last couple of years, we can see that resale prices look to be a little bit all over the place. Some of these trays are reselling for under $20, others reselling for into the hundreds of dollars, like this rectangular tray, resold in March 2023 for over $200. Obviously, there's a lot more research to be done on this tray, and there's certainly more to know about how you can tell the difference between a reproduction that was made in the 1970s and a tray that might be significantly older. But the good news is that the thrift store is asking $30 for this one, and it's heavily discounted because the store is having a moving sale. Shout out to Treasures Outlet. So I could probably get this for closer to $15, and even though these resale prices are pretty diverse, the odds of making at least $45 off this tray seem pretty decent. And the other piece of good news is that because Coca-Cola collectibles are so popular, there are quite a few articles in the WorthPoint dictionary and in the WorthPoint blog, so that's a great place to get your research started. And if there are any Coca-Cola collectors out there who want to share their 2 cents on this tray, we'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to leave your Coca-Cola wisdom in the comments below. And when Treasures Outlet reopens in their new location in Denver, make sure you give them a visit if you are in the area. In the meantime, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the WorthPoint YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, keep thrifting.